Tonight.
It affects me a lot. Like, I don't know how I'm going to survive. Those are the best pieces of land I have.
Which stretch of the perimeter highway could be getting a new interchange at the cost of land expropriation? Also tonight, dousing the arson issue.
So, yes, it's getting close to home.
How the city says it's starting to make progress cracking down on arsons. Plus, a personal doctor at your fingertips? Or is it?
There's good information, but there's also misinformation.
As more people turn to AI for diagnosis, how accurate is the information?
CTV News. Live from downtown Winnipeg with Marilee Caruso.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. There's growing concern tonight from residents in Oak Bluff, including farmers who could lose land which has been in their family for generations. It's all over a planned highway interchange at the junction of PTH3 and the Perimeter Highway. CTV's Joseph Bernacki joins us now live with the details. Joseph, I understand you've spoken to people who may lose their properties to this project. How are they feeling about it?
Marilee, there's a sense of uncertainty and gloom building for one third-generation farmer I spoke with. His farmland is already next to the busy Perimeter Highway, but now there could be even less to farm.
It means everything. It's going to break my heart to know that possibly we're not going to have it anymore. I'm not going to have it anymore.
Bradley Dusick has farmed grain crops here on 1,400 acres in Oak Bluff for generations. Now he's set to lose a big chunk, 125.2 acres.
For me to lose land, they just don't build any more of it. So it affects me a lot. Like, I don't know how I'm going to survive.
It's all due to plans which, according to the province, will replace the intersection at Provincial Trunk Highway 3 and the perimeter with an interchange. According to these maps, the impacted properties include several parcels of Dusick's land that will be expropriated, but there is no offer on the table. And Dusick says negotiations have been going on since the 1970s.
Typically it's going through right away, it's going through within 5 years, and long story short, it still hasn't gone through. There's nothing we can do with our land. We can't sell it. It's more or less like you're almost kind of landlocked.
He says he has been in talks with the province since 2024 to try to settle things, but has not heard back in months. He's now asked for a letter of intent. Brad Erb, reef for the RM of McDonald, says several meetings with the province have indicated work could begin in 2026.
They've met with us on 3 or 4 occasions, and it's really been more updates than it is a consultation. It is their plan.
Erb also farms in the RM and won't be affected, but says other farmers will. He wants consultations to honor the design while minimizing the impact on farms and still respect the integrity of the land.
I would hope and want that the province is consulting with them and providing them with as many options as are possible, whether that's purchasing the land or making sure that they're not as cut up in small pieces that are impracticable use for any use.
The province says that 19 property owners will be affected through the expropriation process.
Joseph, what else did the province have to say to these owners?
Marilee, in a statement to CTV News, Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure Lisa Naylor said offers are out to property owners, with most following shortly. The province said the process can be challenging, but they committed to making sure it is fair, respectful, and lawful.
All right, thanks for this, Joseph. 2 inmates have escaped from a federal correctional facility. Staff discovered 33-year-old Clifford Lamarand and 39-year-old Corey Everett missing last night from Ochi-Chakosipi Healing Lodge. The lodge is a minimum security facility in Crane River, which aims to help inmates gradually integrate into the community. Clifford Lamarand is serving a more than 6-year sentence for various assault and sexual assault charges. He's 5'11", 231 pounds, with brown eyes, brown hair, and tattoos on his hands, neck, and right calf. Corey Everett is serving a more than 5-year sentence for drug possession and trafficking, as well as escaping or being at large without excuse and fleeing a peace officer. He's 5'6", 152 pounds, with brown eyes, black hair. He has tattoos on his forearms, hands, chest, back, and left ring finger. Anyone who sees these 2 men or has information about their whereabouts is asked to call police. The City of Winnipeg, police and fire say they're starting to smother the arson problem. Restaurants have been firebombed and vacant house fires are a scourge in many neighborhoods. Just this morning alone, Crews were busy battling 5 vacant property fires. With more on this, CTV's Jeff Keel joins us now live. Jeff, what is being done to prevent arson?
Police say they've done dozens of arson investigations and made several arrests. A fire broke out in this vacant house in East Elmwood, and it's not the first time.
If it's not the garage on fire, it's the house being smashed or the house being attempted on fire, break-ins, people loitering, creating fires.
Chandrea Witwicky lives across the back lane and says the derelict property is a magnet for crime.
It's getting close to home. We have to lock our gates. I can't even have a beware dog sign because those will get stolen. So the crime here is getting really, really intolerable.
Emergency crews had to respond to 4 other vacant building fires Friday morning, including a shed that was destroyed.
Winnipeg continues to experience high rates of fire, significantly higher than many comparable Canadian and North American cities.
Still, the city, fire and police officials say they're making progress together on tackling the arson problem. Police say in the first 9 months of 2025, arson to property is down 5.9% from 2024, 17.8% below the 5-year average, and they've arrested and charged 23 people.
I just want to be clear. Charged and arrested 23 individuals. One individual can be responsible for a series of these fires.
Plus, there's been 177 arson investigations and 378 vacant buildings have been boarded up, 372 tons of illegal dumping and debris have been cleared away, and there's been more than 9,600 inspections to enforce safety standards.
I think it's important Winnipeggers know how we as a city are responding to these situations.
Residents are being asked to help too, like calling 911 if someone is tampering with a vacant property. Chandrea Witwicky has called 911 multiple times and feels the problem is getting worse, not better.
It seems like that's all we have to do is just watch. And it's, you know, houses like this, there's a shortage. These should be houses that are open for rent.
The mayor also says the city has been working with community groups to restore vacant houses for people to live in. He says they will be sharing more details about that work in the weeks ahead.
Jeff, do we know if the number of vacant property fires are up or down this year?
It appears they may be trending down. The city and WFPS released long-awaited numbers today. They show last year there was an average of 22.8 vacant property fires per month. This year to date, 18.4, which is lower, but last November and December, these fires spiked, so we'll have to see how things go in the last 2 months of this year.
All right, thanks for this, Jeff. A reminder, daylight saving time ends this weekend. You'll want to roll your clocks back by 1 hour before you go to bed Saturday night. The official time change occurs at 2 a.m. Sunday, at which time it will set back to 1 a.m. Now, traditionally, experts also say the time change is a good opportunity to check your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms and make sure they're working properly. It's Halloween, and Colleen has gotten a little ghostly.
A little thinner? Yeah. Yeah, don't answer that. That's okay. So what we've landed on, I think I'm a ghost, I'm a green screen, or maybe I'm a weather map, or yeah, I'll leave it up to you folks. But yeah, having a little fun on Halloween. Your trick-or-treaters, if they haven't already been out yet, I will have your trick-or-treat forecast. If you're heading out for round 2, you'll have that information to head out with as well. It's getting a little cooler out there, but it's staying dry. That's the good news too. And we've got the ambiance. We've got cloudy skies across much of the south, up into the north, and in northwestern Ontario too on this Halloween. It's also the last day of the month. A new month starts tomorrow, and we'll get off to a pretty warm start, especially on Sunday. I'll show you that coming up. Let's take a look through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, it's cloudy on this Halloween. Winds out of the north-northeast at 21 kilometers an hour. The pressure is rising and the humidity right now is 83%.
Thanks, Colleen. RCMP have made an arrest following an alleged kidnapping in northern Manitoba. 36-year-old Riley Champagne was arrested in Winnipeg earlier this week. He was wanted on charges including kidnapping with a firearm, forcible confinement, assault, and assault with a weapon, along with other weapons-related offenses. The charges, which have not been tested in court, stem from an incident that happened in Thompson a month ago. A 25-year-old woman was reportedly drugged at a bar and forcibly taken to a residence in Gillam for more than 48 hours. She told police she was assaulted and threatened before she managed to escape. Along with Champaign, police previously arrested a 41-year-old woman from Gillam. Starting tomorrow, police officers will be patrolling Winnipeg's largest hospital 24/7. The province previously promised a police presence at Health Sciences Centre, all part of an effort to make the hospital safer for staff and patients. As of November 1st, 2 uniformed officers will be patrolling the hospital and emergency department. This is in addition to the institutional safety officers and shared health security teams. A new report to the province warns artificial intelligence is permeating every part of our economy, turning every business today into a tech business. It calls for the province to capitalize on this shift so it doesn't get left behind.
If the world is changing at an increasingly fast and frenetic pace, how do we make that work for Manitoba?
Today, Premier Wapkanu released the findings of the report on technology, AI, and economic innovation. The report was put together by a provincial task force made up of data experts and local business leaders. It says given the digital transformation in our world today, companies and governments should either develop their own innovative technologies or be forced to buy them from others. Canoe says he wants the province to be competitive.
For Manitoba and Manitobans to succeed in that AI future, we've got to get in the game, but we got to get in the game in a smart way. And we got to look out for our interests, a lot of which have to do with localizing that technology and bringing in our Canadian and Manitoba control over some of these things.
The report issues several recommendations to the province, including a call to protect control of Manitoba's data, AI, and computer infrastructure, along with intellectual property. More details about the report can be found on our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. It's about to get much easier for Winnipeggers to test their homes for radon.
Residents can borrow a radon screening kit for free from any Winnipeg Public Library branch. I believe there's about 200 that are available across the city.
Beginning tomorrow, you'll be able to check out a radon screening kit just as you would a book for up to 3 weeks. Radon is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless radioactive gas which can seep into people's homes. And it's the second leading cause of lung cancer behind smoking.
They will provide people with a number after about 24 hours, so it takes at least 24 hours for it to calibrate. But the idea is that you want to leave it for as long as possible, so borrow it from the library and put it in your place in a spot where you spend time, so either 4 hours a day or more, like a bedroom or a home office.
The Manitoba Lung Association says it can connect you with experts who will explain what to do if you get a reading that's too high. Going forward, the kits will be available between November 1st and April 30th of each year, as they tend to be less accurate during the summer months. All of us have used Dr. Google in the past to look up symptoms and even self-diagnosed. Now, with AI, many more people are getting advice even before seeing a doctor. But as CTV's John Hendrick shows you, doctors say you should take that advice with a large grain of salt.
When Joanne Mason was experiencing symptoms related to her blood pressure, her first consult wasn't with a doctor. It was with ChatGPT.
Okay, I have some symptoms, and do they match up that it's, urgent care or to the emergency?
Mason is far from alone.
Yeah, so ChatGPT is my new doctor.
According to a 2024 poll by the Canadian Medical Association, 75% of Canadians have gone online to get information on a health condition or symptom, 69% looking for treatment options for a specific condition. And Doctors Manitoba says this isn't a new phenomena.
We have had patients engaged in their care and doing their own research ever since online information became so accessible.
What sets ChatGPT and other large language models apart from Dr. Google is the authoritative way it communicates that information to users. But the quality of that information can be suspect.
Those search engines and those AI technologies are only as good as the information that they have access to on the internet. There's good information, but there's also misinformation.
But even if AI isn't ready to replace the advice of a human doctor, that doesn't mean it can't be a big help. Dr. Nichelle Desolé says physicians in Canada are already using artificial intelligence transcription programs to cut down on their administrative work.
AutoScribe records patient-clinician conversations in real time.
And University of Winnipeg computer science professor Chen Liu says AI is already quite good at diagnosing abnormalities in some test results.
AI can do a better job. In the literature, the performance is better, accuracy is better than human doctor.
It points to a future where AI will be used more and more in healthcare, a future Joanne Mason is ready for.
I find it very useful, AI in many ways.
John Hendricks, CTV News, Winnipeg.
A Winnipeg family's call for a national silver alert system has reached the House of Commons.
The Mobergs have shown tremendous courage, Mr. Speaker, and we must act now to protect our most vulnerable and prevent future tragedies.
Today, Conservative MP Raquel Dancho presented a petition signed by more than 7,300 people. It calls for the government to develop a silver alert system, geographically targeting mobile phones when a vulnerable senior goes missing, similar to Amber Alerts for missing children. The petition was launched by the Moberg family following the disappearance of Earl Moberg more than 2 years ago. The 81-year-old man with advanced dementia was last seen December 12, 2023, while out on a walk in North Kildonan. His daughter believes the petition could save lives.
We know with those, very chilling statistics that, even within 12 hours, if somebody with dementia, they're not found, there's already a 50% chance that they're injured or deceased. And it's really speaks to the seriousness and of how quickly we need to respond so people can be found alive.
The government now has 45 days to respond to the petition. New details tonight on the city's plan to expand late-night transit service. Currently, these are the areas serviced by late-night buses, meaning the departure is after midnight. Outside of those areas, connector routes end around 10 p.m. and community routes at about 7 p.m. Now, this is what the expanded late-night service would look like beginning in April. The dark blue on your screen indicates the routes where night buses would be added, and the gray color would see the expansion of on-request late service. The proposal still needs to make its way through City Hall. It comes with an annual price tag of $4.4 million and around 33 new full-time employees. An army of costume kids and their parents are out in force on the streets of Winnipeg tonight. Halloween has arrived, and it isn't just a great day for people with a sweet tooth. Many people take a lot of pride in their Halloween decorations, turning regular homes into houses of horror. CTV's Taylor Brock is visiting one of those live for us tonight. So, Taylor, how's the trick-or-treating going where you're at?
Well, we are starting to see all these little ghouls and goblins make their way to 126 Fleetwood. We are seeing quite a treat inside. We will get in a little closer to look at just the incredible and very large display behind us. We'll also chat with the person, well, let's just call him the evil mastermind behind all of this, talking about just how detailed it is. I took a quick walk with him through it, and I don't know if I've even seen this many decorations in a Halloween store. So folks who are coming down are really going to be treated to this, and there's a bit of a reverse trick-or-treating happening right here. They are collecting donations for local food banks and to create Christmas hampers. So things like non-perishables, socks, hygiene products, those kinds of things. They're asking folks, if you can, to drop them off in the bin. And at the same time, check out the display. Still to come, when the sun sets a little more, we'll get a better picture of the undead inside.
Speaking of the undead, Taylor, something about you's a little off tonight. You weren't too close to any vampires out there, were you?
I don't think so, but I think I've developed an allergy to garlic.
I was going to say, yeah, you should probably steer clear of that. We'll check back in with you in a little bit. Stay safe, Taylor.
I have a very good relationship. I like him a lot. But you know what they did was wrong.
President Donald Trump says trade talks with Canada won't restart despite a face-to-face meeting and an apology from Mark Carney. We'll have more on that just ahead. Taking a look at the markets tonight, crude oil added 41 cents. The Canadian dollar dipped slightly. Gold futures fell $19. The TSX gained 81 points. The Dow Jones rose 40 points, while the Nasdaq is up 143 points. Manitobans will be paying a little more for natural gas this winter. The Public Utilities Board of Manitoba approved a rate increase for November 1st of this year. The PUB approved increases to both the basic monthly and the delivery rate for natural gas. It said the average residential customer will see a 6.3% increase from their August rate. For the average household, it works out to an additional $3 a month or $38 a year. The PUB says the increase is due to its expectation natural gas purchase prices will rise over the next year. Natural gas rates will be reviewed again in 3 months.
I'm really excited to hopefully see them take a big championship home.
Dingers is what I'm thinking about. I think we're gonna win, frankly, and I never thought we'd be here, so I'm just pumped.
Anticipation is running high across Canada tonight. The Blue Jays are now just 1 win away from becoming World Series champions. And perhaps nowhere is the excitement higher right now than at Toronto's Rogers Centre, which is where we find CTV's John Benavalli-Rao tonight. John, this is the first time the World Series will close on Canadian soil in 32 years. What is the mood like over there?
So this will be in Winnipeg?
There's so much excitement, but let me introduce some special guests. Dave and Matt, both from Winnipeg. They're from Winnipeg. Matt here flew in last night to catch the game. Matt, tell me why you decided to come down here.
You know what? We've been watching the Blue Jays the whole playoff run, and we're just happy to be here and hoping for a win tonight.
How in the world did you get tickets?
Family friend hooked us up, and my friend lives here, and stars aligned, so we're happy to be here.
Dave, you're happy to represent Winnipeg and dressed for Halloween and the game tonight. Tell me about how you're feeling about this game tonight.
We're feeling great. We're sitting in section 105. Vladdy's going to hit a home run, and the Bananas are going to catch that. Watch, everybody. I'm calling it. Let's go. Let's go.
Obviously, the fans are feeling pretty confident in this game tonight. And are you confident they're going to win tonight? I mean, they're playing as a tough pitcher.
I think we got the W tonight. Canada needs it. Canada wants it. We're all in. We're all in.
Well, there you go. Well, yeah, so, I mean, look, the Jays have 2 shots at this, so the pressure's a little bit off of them. If they don't win tonight, they could potentially come back and win it tomorrow night. But really, the fans want to see the win tonight, right?
We need
Game
to win
6.
tonight, yeah, it's coming tonight. It's coming home.
Back to you.
John, what's been working for the Jays so far in this series you think, could secure a win tonight?
Well, the good news I should have mentioned for tonight is that George Springer, right? You heard that. George Springer is back in the lineup, leading off this lineup tonight, which is great news. The other bit of good news is that, look, they have seen this tough pitcher they're up against, Yamamoto, once before in Game 2. So perhaps they've learned from that and will perhaps have a better outing with them because the Dodgers beat the Blue Jays in that Game 2. The team is really feeling confident that they can do this. And again, the fans are confident it can happen, but if it doesn't happen right, it could go to a Game 7.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to stay another night. You know what? Winnipeg will have to wait. One more night in Toronto, but tonight it's coming home. We got it. We got it.
There you go.
What would a win mean for yourself, for the fans there tonight, for the country?
I mean, look, it's been 32 years, right? I mean, personally, the last time they won the World Series, I was a journalism student at Halifax watching the game on a tiny color TV, and here I am all these years later, like these guys, being able to go inside and potentially see this team do it in person. It's priceless. It's magic. Let's hope they can do it.
Well, Winnipeggers, Section 105, keep an eye out for the Bananas, and I hope they do catch that home run tonight.
Representing Winnipeg. Yep.
Nice to see. John, thanks so much for your time tonight.
Go Jets, go! Go Jets, go! Go Jets, go!
Why not? The Jets, too. That is John Benavalli-Rao reporting live tonight from Toronto, and you don't have to wait long to find out what's going to happen. We are just about half an hour away from the first pitch of Game 6 in the World Series. Trade talks between Canada and the U.S. are still off, according to the president. This after Trump and Carney spoke briefly in Asia, which Trump called a nice conversation. CTV's Jeremy Sharon reports.
Back on U.S. soil after meeting with world leaders in Asia, U.S. President Donald Trump confirming talks with Canada aren't restarting.
What did you talk about with Prime Minister Carney? Are you dealing
Trump and Prime Minister Mark Carney spoke during a working dinner earlier this week with other world leaders in South Korea, the first encounter between the two leaders since this Ontario government anti-tariff ad prompted Trump to halt negotiations.
I have a very good relationship. I like him a lot. But you know what they did was wrong. He was very nice. He apologized for what they did with the commercial.
On Thursday, the Prime Minister's office confirmed Trump and Carney spoke during the dinner, but didn't make mention of an apology. The Office of the Minister in charge of Canada-U.S. relations declined to comment today.
Our job is to respect their choice and deal with whoever is in the White House. And so it's up and down with Canada, but we'll just have to bear through it as we make our way in getting a trade agreement, a new trade agreement with our American neighbor.
Washington has accused Canada of being difficult to deal with in negotiations. Trump's National Economic Council director telling CNN Canada hasn't been playing fair.
So President Trump won't stand for it. He's tried to negotiate with the Canadians to get better deals for Americans, and they've been, frankly, rude and dismissive, and this is how it gets to where we are.
Carney's government has said it stands ready to resume negotiations whenever Washington is ready, and Canada's ambassador to the U.S. says lines of communication remain open. Jeremy Sharon, CTV News, Ottawa.
Carney is in South Korea, where he met with China's president at the APEC summit today.
It has been 8 years since a Canadian Prime Minister has met with the President of China. We now have a turning point in the relationship, a turning point that creates opportunities for Canadian families, for Canadian businesses, and Canadian workers.
The two leaders discussed Chinese tariffs on Canadian canola, seafood, and pork products, and Canadian tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles. Canada's highest court has ruled against mandatory minimum jail sentences for people who access or possess child pornography. In its ruling, the Supreme Court says the mandatory minimum for those crimes is unconstitutional. According to the High Court, such a move would remove a judge's discretion to impose other sentences when appropriate. The decision backs a previous ruling in Quebec and flows from the cases of two men who pleaded guilty to offenses. FBI Director Kash Patel says a terrorist attack planned for this Halloween weekend has been thwarted. Patel says several people were arrested in Dearborn, Michigan. Local police say they were aware of an FBI operation and say there is no threat to the community. A Winnipeg man has a mystery on his hands, and he's hoping you can help him crack the case.
There's the old guy that drove us here.
Tommy Pham recently bought a box of what he thought were blank VHS tapes from a local seller online. But when he unpacked them, he noticed one was labeled Vacation 1995. So he digitized what was on the tape with the intention of giving it back to the person he bought it from. But as it turns out, that person also doesn't recognize the people in these videos.
It looks like it was, they were in Vegas, and it seems like they're visiting family, and my guess is it was Christmas because they're unwrapping gifts, and they also went to like a NASCAR thing.
As you heard, it appears to show a family vacation to Vegas, and featured prominently in the footage is two younger guys who Pham thinks may be brothers. It's not even clear, though, if this family is from Winnipeg or how the tape ended up in our city. If you have any clues, you can head to our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, where you can read more and find Pham's contact information.
This local haunt is buzzing. Still to come, we'll speak with the evil mastermind behind it, and we'll also get a closer look inside. That is, if you dare.
And tomorrow is the first day of November, the second day of the month. Yeah, this is not an April Fool's joke or a Halloween gag. 11 degrees are forecast high for Winnipeg. Now the normal high for this time of year is just 4. Sunny on Monday, up to 9 degrees, 8 and cloudy Tuesday, 6 under a mix of sun and cloud Wednesday, 5 degrees on Thursday, clouding over as we get into the afternoon.
Zombies, superheroes, and K-pop demon hunters are stalking the streets of Winnipeg tonight. Halloween has arrived. It is a day kids with a sweet tooth have been looking forward to all year, and many adults go all out for this holiday as well. CTV's Taylor Brock joins us now live to explain. Taylor, it looks like the house you are at tonight must have taken a long time to set up.
That's fair. It's certainly a treat for everyone coming here, but I think it's probably the biggest treat for Rick. Just the passion you have around creating this masterpiece.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what it was like to put all this together and watch people enjoy it?
Yeah, well, this is my daughter's house. We live behind her, and she came out and helped me for a day and a half, and she's a busy working woman, so she has business to take care of, but she helped out. Had a friend give me a couple hours, but we spent about a week putting it all together. Everything has to be fastened to the ground because of the winds and stuff, but you create all this. Young and old come in here. They're just smiles on their faces. We collect at the front for hampers and for the food banks and stuff. Some people give cash so we can buy other things that we don't get donated. And, you know, it's a win-win situation. We're up to 10,000 square feet this year. We've got the front yard, the backyard, and the garage.
Yeah, I think folks right now are getting a little glimpse of that, but it's really, really, truly giant. What made you want to put out a collection box?
Well, my daughter is a real Halloweener. The family loves Halloween. I'm a real Christmas person. They love Christmas, but they love Halloween. So my wife wouldn't let me do this all in the yard, so I get to live vicariously through my daughter and decorate her yard for her and my grandkids and the community.
Speaking of community, you do have a box out front asking to help out people in your community. Why did you do that?
Well, it's just it's a good way for them to give back, and Winnipeggers are generous. So they bring in food, they're bringing toothpastes and socks and mitts and all that kind of stuff. We make up hampers because my daughter loves to do the Christmas hampers. Yeah. And then the food banks, we bring all the food to the banks, different ones, different food kitchens in the city afterwards. So again, Winnipeggers they're generous, they love to do it, and we love to accept it and to do this just to make people happy.
Well, we still have more time here. Later in the show, we will get a closer look inside. As Rick mentioned, it is massive here. Yeah, the backyard inside Rick's masterpiece.
So come on out and have fun.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, I don't know what's going on. Colleen is invisible, and Taylor's got fangs. So far, I'm safe. You two stay away from me.
For now. The show isn't over yet, Marilee.
Halloween is here, Colleen, for the kids heading out on the streets to get some treats. What are they in for?
Looking pretty good. If you've done round one, you already know it's pretty spooktacular out there. It's nice and cloudy. It's been dry. If you're planning to head out for round two, I will have your updated trick-or-treat forecast for those diehards still to get out there and get that candy tonight. Now, it is cloudy, as I mentioned. The chance of showers is still out there across southern Manitoba, basically from Brandon right to the Ontario border, but it's low. It's just not zero. So I just have to put that caveat on there that there is the outside chance you could get a sprinkle or two when you're out there in search of all that candy. Otherwise, though, it looks pretty nice out there, but dress up. It's starting to get a little cool. It's 4 degrees right now in Winnipeg. Northwestern Ontario, similar conditions, some light cloud. You've got some light winds sort of trundling down from the northeast into your communities on this Halloween evening. Further north, we have cloudy conditions through central Manitoba, a little clearer for the most northern tier of the province tonight, but this is what I'm talking about. This is still around 7 o'clock. Still that chance of precipitation popping up over southeastern and south central Manitoba over the next few hours anyway. That starts to clear out as we get into the overnight hours. Some of that cloud breaks up, but watch for fog developing overnight. I'll show you more about that in a moment or two. But as we get into a Saturday morning, bright and sunny for some areas, at least to start off the day. It's not going to stay that way in the southwest, and it will be cloudy here in the southeast too. Up in the north, though, much more concentrated cloud, but then we'll likely see some flurries or light snow move into the northwest part of the province. This is courtesy of a low forming over the Arctic. That's going to send some snow further south into northern Manitoba, or flurries. Not substantial amounts, but it's going to cover a pretty broad area, moving through Brochet over to Deduli Lake late afternoon and then on over to Churchill. Meanwhile, then we've got to watch out for this guy. We have some rain that will move move through places like Dauphin and Swan River overnight Saturday into Sunday. It's going to get pretty windy, but those winds are going to tap into some pretty mild air courtesy of a low coming in from the west, and it's going to send temperatures in southern Manitoba into the double digits on Sunday. But like I say, the trade-off there, it will be a windy day. But hey, for we're not even late October, we'll be into November by that point. Still late October now. Here's our trick-or-treat forecast. Still dropping a little bit over the next hour or two. Cloudy with that low chance of showers. For those diehards in the 8 o'clock hour, it should be around 3 degrees. Down to -1 tonight with that chance of showers this evening. Fog overnight, cloudy tomorrow morning, up to 5 for your Saturday afternoon, and those strong south winds. Quick swing around the province tonight. Partly cloudy or cloudy across the northeast, dropping down below freezing. Thompson, you'll likely see some rain start to push in late tomorrow afternoon. 3 is the high there. Cloudy across the northwest tonight, -2, -3. Lynn Lake and Flin Flon, again, watch for afternoon showers. In the southwest tonight, fog overnight, overnight lows down to -4 all around the region, up to 6 tomorrow, clouding over again. And in Winnipeg and the southeast, fog overnight, overnight lows slipping just below freezing. Clouds stick around tomorrow, highs between 4 and 6 degrees. And in northwestern Ontario, cloudy and down to freezing tonight. Those clouds hang over the region tomorrow, with highs of 3 and 4 for your first day of November. Bill took this stunner. This is overlooking the Red River and the University of Manitoba here in Winnipeg. Great shot for Halloween. And so is this one. They are celebrating Halloween out in Killarney in the southwest tonight. That photo is from Lori. Send us yours to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
The CTV Skywatch Pick of the Day is brought to you by MJ the Musical at Centennial Concert Hall, November 5th to 9th.
What's your favorite scary movie? Better yet, what's your favorite scary movie filmed here in our province? Get your popcorn ready, because CTV's Daniel Helmerson has more on some Made in Manitoba macabre.
You really think that's real? I saw it.
From sadistic slashers to haunted houses, horror movies and Halloween go hand in hand, and Manitoba has become a cauldron for creepy films. Over the past few decades, dozens of frightening flicks have been filmed here, from this year's adaptation of Stephen King's The Long Walk to 2009's The Haunting in Connecticut, which made over $77 million at the box office.
The thing I always highlight when I talk about it, it's not The Haunting in Manitoba, it's Haunting in Connecticut, because Manitoba doubles so well for other places right across North America.
Film Training Manitoba's Adam Smollick says Winnipeg easily fills in for the bright lights of a big U.S. city, while rural Manitoba's farmland is the perfect backdrop for slashers like Clown in a Cornfield and Dark Harvest.
I love the genre, and I definitely think it lends itself very well to our community and to the budget ranges of projects that are shooting here.
And that's ideal for film production manager Aaron Graham. He says the genre thrives here because horror movies don't need big budgets or big names attached.
It's more of a director's or a writer's medium where they can kind of put a lot of scares on the page without requiring, top-of-the-line cast.
Graham has worked on several Manitoba-made horror films, including Fractured, I Still See You, and a sequel to Child's Play called Cult of Chucky.
You're shooting 3 a.m. and you see that puppet come out, which can be a great deal of fun.
He says the most important element of a good horror movie is the writing, and University of Manitoba film professor Brenda Austin Smith wholeheartedly agrees.
There has to be a good story, and it doesn't matter whether it's high-tech, low-tech, filmed with a phone, filmed in a studio.
She says horror movies work best when they tap into something dark and sinister.
The fear of the other, whatever the other is, whether it's a disease, whether it's somebody coming back from the dead, whether it's the return of a problem that we thought we had solved. It's always about a deep-seated fear.
Daniel Helmerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Officials are warning of more measles exposures in southern Manitoba tonight. The exposures include the Dairy Queen in Winkler on October 24th, 25th, and 28th. Boundary Trails Health Center's Emergency Department on October 26th. Grunthal Auction Service on October 20th, 21st, and 22nd. 2 schools are also listed among the exposure sites. Garden Valley Collegiate in Winkler on October 22nd and 23rd, and Northlands Parkway Collegiate in Winkler on October 22nd. If you are at these sites during these days, you're asked to monitor for symptoms and ensure you are up to date with your measles vaccine. If you're experiencing joint pain in the knees, it might help to walk it off. Aerobic exercise can reduce pain, improve movement, and enhance quality of life for people with knee osteoarthritis. This is according to a new study published in the journal BMJ. Aerobic exercise is any rhythmic and repetitive movement, such as walking, jogging, cycling, and swimming. You don't have to aim immediately for 10,000 steps a day or 150 minutes of exercise a week, which are both common recommendations for exercise for patients just starting to exercise. Experts say walking or cycling for just 5 to 10 minutes a day can help get you started in receiving those benefits and re-strengthening the muscles around your joints. Countless children will be coming home with bags full of candy tonight, and that also means a hefty amount of added sugar.
The American Heart Association actually recommends that you should have no more than 6 teaspoons of added sugar.
That's dentist Kelly Regula, who notes kids are likely to exceed that amount after just 1 or 2 treats. For example, juice boxes and full-size chocolate bars are around 5 to 6 teaspoons. A can of Coke comes in at a whopping 10 teaspoons. On the other end of the scale, smaller candies are closer to 2 or 3 teaspoons, while chips and small boxes of Smarties are only about 1 teaspoon. Dr. Regula says Smarties are one of the better options for your teeth as they dissolve easier, and she has some advice for parents.
You know what? On Halloween night, let them go to town. It's better than hiding it under the bed and grazing for weeks and all day.
Yes. Okay.
It's much better to have it at once, follow it up with some water or some sugar-free chewing gum, something to stimulate saliva and rinse away the sugars, than grazing all day long.
Another option is to offer the candies as dessert after a meal.
Medical Watch is brought to you by Manukin Koster Denture Clinic.
The International Cello Festival reaches a dramatic conclusion this weekend. What you can expect next in Spotlight.
Spotlight sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Serena Ryder, the Merry Myths Tour.
The International Cello Festival will reach a crescendo this weekend. That's master cellist Brian Cheng practicing at the Centennial Concert Hall today. He and cellists from all over the world are in Winnipeg. The festival concludes tomorrow night with an evening with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra featuring 3 world-renowned soloists, including Cheng and Halifax-born Denise Jokic.
These people are artists that have inspired me, that have been sort of mentor-type figures over the years. And then there's the next generation of new young cellists who are coming out, and it's so much fun to see them and to hear them play. So it's like a huge range of artists.
Tickets are still available at agassiefestival.com. The movie is still hugely popular, so what's happening at the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra is no surprise. Due to popular demand, the WSO is adding a 3rd performance of How to Train Your Dragon in concert. Join Hiccup and Toothless as they soar through the skies and fight to save their worlds. You can watch the film on the big screen as the WSO plays the movie Oscar-nominated score live. Shows are scheduled for the evenings of December 6th and 7th. Tickets are going fast, though, so the WSO has added an afternoon matinee at 2 o'clock on Saturday the 6th. Tickets are available for all 3 performances. Visit WSO.ca for more information. Kickstart the weekend with some great entertainment starting at 7 with Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. Special Forces World's Toughest Test is on at 9, and Boston Blue is on at 9. So, you know what? Special Forces is on at 8. Boston Blue's at 9, folks. It's all right here on CTV.
The sun has set. Still to come, we will get a closer and better look at just all of these scary creatures currently inside of this haunted house right here in Winnipeg.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S Antique Spa Salon.
Here we are, the last day of October somehow. 5 was the highest temperature, 4 is the normal high. We have to go all the way back to 1903 for that record for today, 17.8 degrees. -1 tonight, cloudy on Saturday, 5 degrees. 11 under a mix of sun and cloud on Sunday. That's November 2nd. Sunny Monday, 9 degrees. Still above normal temperatures through the rest of the week.
All right, as you saw, trick-or-treaters out in full force tonight, and it's an exciting night for a lot of adults, too.
Sure.
We're going to check back in one last time with CTV's Taylor Brock, who is out and about with the trick-or-treaters. How's it going out there, Taylor?
It is busy. As promised, with that sun setting, we are really getting a better picture of all of the lights and the incredible display here. It is busy. People are flowing through. We are seeing the trick-or-treaters getting a little taller, but that, of course, is comes with the later hours. We are expecting this to continue to be quite busy. The creator here is expecting about 1,000 kids to come by. Now, I've got to run. I've got to get some more candy. I'll leave you with the rest of the site here.